Okay, y'all. So let me continue the rest of this video with the next case. Um, this case, there's a diagnosis of adenotonsillar hyperplasia. There's some history here. And it looks like they've decided to do surgery. So they prep the patient and then they started with the right tonsil. So they're going to do a tonsillectomy on the right, and if you keep reading down here, the left as well, both tonsils, and then the adenoids as well. So I highlighted some words here and underlined and bolded the areas. So if we go down here, I've got some instructions that I kind of took from like MindTap and then added some more information. So for the tonsils, we reference the main term resection because we're removing all, cutting out or off without replacement all of a body part. The tonsils is going to be your next term that you look up on the PCS coding. And it's plural, so that should include both. The approach is external with no device and no qualifier. So let's go ahead and code that. So resection tonsils. See how it's plural. And then we go up here. And this is going to be external. Post it down here. I think that kind of helps us understand that. No device, no qualifier. And there's our code right there. And like I said, this guideline here, B5.3A, says procedures performed within an orifice on structures that are visible without the aid of any instrumentation are coded to the approach external. And then it gives us the example. Resection of tonsils is coded to the approach external. So that's why we use external, even though it seems like maybe it should be something else like open or via natural or artificial opening. That's what I would have guessed, but it's external because of this rule right here. And then we have the removal of the adenoids, which is also going to be resection. Adenoids is also, it's very similar to this code right here. Plural, approach is external with no device and no qualifier. So let's go ahead and look that one up. Resection adenoids said they were reached through the nares. That's still going to be an external procedure. No qualifier, no device. And there's our code. Okay, and then let's go on to the next one. Case number 7, operative report. So the preoperative diagnosis is an orbital lesion, OS, which means the left eye here. It looks like post-operatively they're doing a pathology, so like a biopsy on that, diagnostic. The procedure, patient was prepped with, I guess an anesthetic in the eye, epinephrine, so they prepped the patient both on the left, just the left, of course. So they positioned it so they could get to the lesion. They measured it, and then they clamped it and cut it or removed it here, excised it. So that's going to be our term down here, excision, cutting out or off without replacement a portion of a body part. So let's see, the mass was sent to pathology. So we're going to have excision, orbit, left. The approach was with no device, and diagnostic is going to be the qualifier because of this right here. The mass was sent to pathology. Okay, so excision, orbit, left, and it was open, no device, and it's going to be diagnostic. So there's our code, which I have over here as well. Okay, moving on to the next case, case number 8. So the procedure is going to be an upper molar removal, I believe. A resection, removed in whole here. So they obviously prepped this patient as well. Incised the gum line, the soft tissue was dissected to expose the impacted tooth. So that's going to be open. It was able to be removed in whole, resection. An area was rinsed and debris removed before 2 sutures replaced. The patient was in good condition. Okay, so we'll look up the words resection, because we're cutting off or removing all of that body part. The tooth, and it's the upper molar. The approach is going to be open. No device, and single is going to be the qualifier because it's only one tooth. So let's look that up here. Resection, tooth. What is it? Lower? No, upper. Upper tooth. Okay. So it already fills in that open for us. If we had any question about that, that's already pre-filled in for us. No device, and then we just have to select the qualifier here, which is, like I said, single. And there is our code right there. Case number 9. Let's see, the patient presents today after a non-productive cough for the last 4 weeks. Last week he had a chest x-ray, and it was felt that further diagnostic testing was necessary. Okay, there's the word diagnostic, so we know that's gonna, well, no qualifier. So this is the diagnostic testing. That's the procedure we're doing right now. So he underwent a fiber optic bronchoscopy of the tracheobronchial tree. The images were sent to radiology for interpretation. A plan of care will be determined after the report is read. Okay, so they're just seeing what this biopsy is. So, actually, not a biopsy, it's a bronchoscopy. So they're just looking to see what's going on. This leads, okay, so bronchoscopy, that's what we're going to look up, and it will lead us to the root operation of inspection, visually and or manually exploring a body part. And then we're going to look up the specific part. The approach is going to be via natural or artificial opening, endoscopic, so no device and no qualifier. Let's check this out. So let's do bronchoscopy. It looks like it gives us the whole code actually, but we're still supposed to check with the table just to ensure. tracheal bronchial tree, natural, artificial, endoscopic. Okay, yep. So that's our full code there. Um, that one was pretty simple. Okay, so case number 10. Preoperative diagnosis is a left breast mass. Postoperative diagnosis, pending pathology. So they're waiting on results from the lab on the mass. So a lump in the left breast. General anesthesia was administered. Prep draped in the normal sterile fashion. Okay, so they did a 3 centimeter long incision. And dissection was carried down to remove the tissue and a biopsy was taken. Okay. The specimen was sent to pathology. The wounds were carefully closed and dressed. There were no complications, and there was minimal blood loss. Okay, so for this one, we're going to look at the word excision for the biopsy of the tissue that was taken, cutting out or off without replacement a portion of a body part. The body section is going to be the breast, and then you've got left. The approach is going to be open because of the incision, and then no device, and diagnostic is going to be the qualifier. Excision, body part, and then the side specifically. Okay, and then we're going to come up here and look. I said it was open, no device, and it's going to be diagnostic. So there's our code there. And that is it. So I hope that this has been helpful for somebody. It's been helpful for me to learn how to do this. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch it if you've watched it this long. All right, thanks.